Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from Group 1 and we present for acclimatization stage on orchid Cymbidium philansonianum.
This is 9 of members teams for Group 1.
Introduction of acclimatization. For this mini project, Group 1 has carried out acclimatization process for orchid which is Cymbidium philansonianum, as known as bunga candaret. Acclimatization is the last stage of micropropagation where in vitro plantlet is introduced gradually to external environmental. Acclimatization in this context simply refers to the adaptation of plantlet to a new environment. Basically, it is an adjustment process to allow plants adapt physiologically and anatomically to ex vitro cultural and environmental conditions.
There are three objectives of acclimatization. Firstly is to improve survival rate of in vitro plant when transplant to ex vitro condition. Second is to make sure in vitro plantlet adapt to ex vitro condition. And the third is as hardening process to reduce abiotic and biotic stress faced by plantlet.
Next, for project background. The purpose of micropropagating this orchid, Cymbidium philansonianum, is because first, Cymbidiums are economically important orchid in horticultures. Second, Cymbidium species are also threatened with extinctions due to extensive disturbance of their natural habitat and harvesting. Third, orchids are also known as hard to propagate plant due to the poorly developed seed, lack of endosperm and dependence for fungus to germinate in nature. Their vegetative propagation through division is also slow. Therefore, by micropropagating Cymbidium philansonianum, we are able to increase their germination efficiency for orchid which is difficult to germinate in vivo.
Plant characteristic. The orchid are usually divided into two broad categories that characterize their growth habit, which is monofodial and symfodial. Monofodial orchid have a single upright stem with an opposite leaf arrangement. The flower stem appears from the base of the uppermost leaf. Symfodial orchid is grow horizontally, sending out new shoot from the rhizome. One of the species orchid is Symphelosonium Lind, which is a epiphytic herbaceous species. It is a symfodial and pseudobulb orchid that has long pendulous spike carrying small yellow, red, fragrant flowers.
For the results, Group 1 has successfully transferred 12 Cymbidium plantlets from in vitro condition to external environment, which is inside lab tissue culture, for pre-acclimatization stage on 2 January 2023. After 1 week, the plantlets are introduced to external environment in nursery for acclimatization stage on 8 January 2023. Until 16 January 2023, all in vitro plantlets transferred to nursery for acclimatization survived.
Okay, now we will see the discussion. During acclimatization stage, it is necessary to monitor condition of orchid as too much moisture will cause the root to rot and lack of water will cause wilting. Plus, direct exposure towards sunlight and high temperature will cause heat stress in plant. Symptoms include leaves yellowing and withering. Next, the potting material used should be autoclaved to ensure it is disease-free to avoid spreading of disease from plant medium. The potting material must also support aeration by using sphagnum, moss, and sugarcane bagasse to reduce moisture as orchids do not prefer moist condition.
Okay, a conclusion about acclimatization. It is necessary to develop a stepwise acclimatization protocol. This is because to ensure that orchid plant able to adapt to the natural environment. And most species grown in vitro require adaptation to ensure that sufficient numbers of plants survive and grow vigorously when transferred to soil. And lastly, the acclimatization process is fully achieved when the transfer of plant from tissue culture to ambient conditions ex vitro is successful.
My part is recommendation in acclimatization of orchid. For your information, to increase the adaptation success rate by book following the step below. The first step is that we can do double sanitation to overcome the problem of spreading bacteria or insect. We can also lower the fog. The fog can also lower the temperature and reduce the subsequent pressure of the plant. In addition, we also can use a handheld method that display both temperature and relative humidity continuously can be used to enable the monitoring of ventilation and heating cycle. And hence, we also can use the top. The overhead fan works to reduce the heating of the leaves. Thank you.